All right, to God be the glory. Very proud of these guys for the second half that we played tonight. Credit to North Texas, man. I thought in the first half they did a really good job of being physical with our guys, contesting everything at the rim. They made it tough on us. But I thought we responded in the second half to match their intensity defensively. And I thought these two had a lot to do with that. JR's ball pressure sparked us. And then Brandon getting into some passing lanes and, giving us a chance to get out in transition, which was far and in between in that first half. But he gave us a chance to get the game back tied. And then, man, we had chances to take that lead. And I just thought we got sped up at the end as opposed to probably kicking some of those offensive rebounds out and getting a better look. But, we'll have to clean this up really quick. It's got a quick turnaround again. We have to be ready for a Temple team in Philadelphia on Wednesday.
So I have one question for the players.
Brandon, talk a little bit about your hustle, your energy on both ends of the floor. One time there's a missed free throw. North Texas gets the rebound, you just take it away from him.
Just play with energy, try to get the guys going as a leader, man. I got to be the first one. If I preach it, I got to do it. So just making sure we get extra possessions, get my guys shots, just getting the rebound because that's what they need me to do. So whatever they need me to do, I'm going to get it done.
Guys, for both of you, like Coach said, when the shots aren't dropping, you just got to do it on the defensive end, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's said easier than done, but they played a good game. We gotta get those late rebounds. I think we played physical coming out to the second half. Just like 2 rebounds we got to get, and I think that'll seal the game for us.
Oh yeah, I felt like offensively early on it wasn't falling for us, and we know to get back into the games once we go down, it's going to start on defense. North Texas is a good defensive team, so we knew we're not going to just come down and score every possession. It's going to start on the defensive end. So, when we switched our mentality to getting stops, we opened the game up, came back, and we just got to finish it.
For both of you again, and you first this time. Like Coach said, once that transition game started to go, you guys started to go. Is that the engine that drives the car here?
Yeah, and the transition comes from stops. So getting it done on the defensive end so we could get out in front and we don't have to play against a set half-court defense, that's when we're at our best. So just starting on the defensive end, getting them late in the shot clock, making them take tough shots, we could get rebounds and push it.
Yeah, like JR said, we're good in transition. A couple missed layups we got to hit, got to finish those layups. I think those would put us over the top of 4 if we make those transition layups, but we'll get better, we'll work on it, and we'll come out Wednesday at 10.
For either one of you, did they do anything you didn't expect today? Or?
No, not at all. Just
couple guys made a couple shots that not supposed to make that. But
what was Coach's message to you at halftime? Because it almost looked like a comeback.
Just keep fighting. It's the same thing. We got to do a better job of starting the games off better, so we're not in that position every game trying to fight back against good teams. It's going to run out sometimes. So if we keep that same intensity from the beginning, we won't be being in that position.
Guys, you all, the second half, 9 minutes and 18 seconds, North Texas goes without a field goal. I have them over the 11 with 2 turnovers in there. That was create a big swing in momentum for you.
Yeah, when we get those swings, man, we try to. Well, I've been doing a lot of crowd engagement, get the crowd involved, because the crowd can swing the gym. So when we get those steals to get on the run, get the crowd going, because the crowd affect us. So just get those defensive stops, and credit to the guys, man. Everybody was locked in at the minutes and the turnovers. You just got to convert when we get it.
Brandon, you talk about the importance of the crowd hyping you out. Can you talk about the importance of Buffalo Rodeo then?
Man, they're electric. Even though we let them down today, they're electric, man. I like giving what they give me. I like giving them energy, pumping up, because they give me energy. Day in, day out. They don't have to be here. So I just make sure I give them the energy that they give me. So I love them to death. I appreciate Buffalo Rodeo, man, for real. They don't even understand.
Yeah, same thing for me. It helps me. I like, when the crowd gets loud, that energetic style of play. So, like B5 said, when they show up for us, we got to show up for them. So just bringing that energy back to them while we're on the court playing the hardest we can, because that's what they want to see.
Coach, they started, my fault. When you look at Jamil Reynolds' play in the second half, most of his scores and everything came in, that 9-18, talk a little bit about how he ignited with his offensive play.
Man, I thought he did a good job of one, sprinting to his ball screens, and then rolling hard, forcing a deep catch because we knew they were going to try to double him. And so second half he did a much better job of rolling hard, turning and sealing with power. So he did a really good job of dominating the small space in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, they jumped on you by 19 early in the game. How were you able to kind of get the kids to refocus and take over from there and then cut all the way down to where it was tied?
I mean, it was only making simple plays offensively. Make simple plays, guys, and just get stops defensively. If we can do that, like they're gonna let you back in the game. They don't want to play fast. All right. So what we didn't do in the first half was have ball pressure. We were so afraid of getting beat off the bounce that we were in between. And when you're in between, they kind of got you where they want you. They can kind of do whatever they want. They can drive it. They can pass it wherever they want. But, man, when we made them one-dimensional in the second half and we really pressured the ball, man, we were able to get in some of those passing lanes and be disruptive. We don't have the size right now with Deontay Green being out. We don't have the size to let people just play the way that they want to play at their pace. We have to be disruptive, and that's when we're at our best. They're a set play heavy team. We have to be disruptive. Take away one option. If you take away one option and make them go to another action, that's where we had a chance in that second half to confuse them.
Brandon had it felt like tons of deflections. And then, like I asked him, he put in such high energy the second half, even when he took the ball away from the guy.
Yeah. I mean, Brandon plays hard every time. It wasn't just the second half with him. Yeah. Every time he's out there, and that's why you saw him come out in that first half, he was exhausted because the guy just plays hard. When Brandon's a different kid, man, I'm telling you. When we had him at Kennesaw, it's the same thing. When Brandon Stroud knows you love him, man, he'll run through a wall for you. And I mean that literally. He don't be shocked if he run through this wall here in a sec. But like that's just who he is at the core. Like his dad's that way, his whole family's that way. Like once he knew at Kennesaw that we loved him, it didn't matter. Like it didn't matter. He was gonna play hard.
Coach, I'm going to follow up on what you just said. You're trying to get 34 some big minutes because you got to get another big in the game. How important is it to get him ready for the tournament?
Man, it's huge. It's huge because what happens. Knock on wood, if Jamil gets in foul trouble one of these games, we got to have another body because when you look at their size and you look at UAB's size, like we can't keep relying on Brandon Stroud and Quincy Adams-McCoy to try to guard those type guys. So we're going to need Dan to step up, and that's why I wanted to start him tonight just so he can get used to being in that pressure situation. But we'll need him more going down the stretch for sure, just because we got to give Jamil some time to recover so he can be aggressive every chance we get.
Coach, the one stat that's just jumping out at you, 1 of 13 from 3. They're 6. I mean, you can't shoot that well to win a game, can you?
Nah, you can't. You just can't. And then we made a concerted effort. We didn't take a ton of them. So the ones that we got were quality looks. We just got to be able to jump up and knock them in. Because that's what they did. They haven't been shooting the ball well. Floyd came in. I think he had made 4 threes in conference. He made 4 tonight. So, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. They did like I said, hats off to North Texas. They did a really good job of making big-time plays when they needed them most.